Good afternoon, Professor Rowe. It's nice to see you. Um, SDIG is an organization that is focused on equity and social justice for all. We provide a platform for those who are often unable to articulate their views, whether they are gay or whether they are lesbian or whether they are black or whether they're all the people who are always minimized, women or those type of things. So our platform is open. It's where everybody has the opportunity to express him or herself. So it's a pleasure to have you today, Professor Rowe. I'm going to begin by asking you to tell our audience around the world who you are and what motivates you to do what you do.
Oh, thanks for having me, and I'm very happy that you have given me an opportunity. Let me share with you about myself. I have authored 52 books, including the award-winning book titled "See the Light in You," for which the Nobel laureate His Holiness Dalai Lama has written a foreword. And another book is that strategies to build women leaders globally. This is another book. So I have published 52 books, and I have 42 years of experience, diversified experience, including military, business, teaching, training, education, and philosophy. And I was born in a toxic family and grew up in a toxic environment. I was a college dropout, and at the age of 18, I joined Indian Air Force and acquired a couple of qualifications after I joined the Indian Air Force. I'm passionate about education and learning, and I'm a late bloomer with OCD, Dyslexic, with ADHD. Add to that, the brain stroke has ruined my health. I have mental challenges, physical challenges, and financial challenges. I don't have two-wheeler. I don't have four-wheeler. I have lots of health issues. Despite all the challenges, I rose like a phoenix. And doctors thought that I won't survive, but I survived because of my positive psychology, because of the power of subconscious mind, and because of the healthy habits that I acquired from Indian Air Force. And for the last 2 years, I have lots of challenges. My right portion of the body was totally paralyzed. I'm able to walk. I did some physiotherapy exercises, and my right hand is still numb. There is no sense to my right hand, so lots of challenge. I am not able to type. I am not able to write with my right hand. So I am slowly typing with all the things. These are all the challenges, and I have come out. And I'm grateful to you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much. You are showing us with example. In spite of all these challenges, you are performing and giving us guide and training us to learn in order to do better. I'm so happy to have you because part of what we do is to bring people who've gone through hardship and yet we're able to turn it around. And that epitomizes who you are. As you said, toxic family, toxic things that had happened. In spite of all those challenges, you are just emerging and doing so many wonderful things. I want to go back to your work. I see that you have a book titled Strategies to Build Women Leadership Globally. And that topic is very dear to my heart because I've read quite a bit about all forms of discriminatory practices that subjugate women, even like they do the same job like with men, just like my friend was telling me a while back. She performs better when they are assessed. And yet, the male counterpart that does the same job with her gets paid more than what she had been paid. So tell me what led you to writing this book, Strategies to Build Women Leadership Globally.
Thank you for asking this question. the book titled Strategies to Build Women Leaders. This book is very close to my heart because this is about gender and diversity and also leadership. This book I have dedicated to Rosa Parks, Maya Angelou, and Oprah Winfrey. And I also admire many leaders, especially three Nobel laureates: Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, and Barack Obama. So I started writing a book on this gender, and why I wrote this book is that women are respected. Women are not respected globally. They are not they are not on par with men. So lots of challenges, and then I wrote a book on strategies to build women leaders, and I have signed up for hashtag He for She. I advocate gender equality globally, and I wrote, and this book talks about CEOs how they can reach higher positions. Usually, women are not being encouraged globally because there is a glass ceiling. Glass ceiling means it's not only for women; it's also for minorities. Okay, so we have to break that. Means women, especially women, have to break the glass ceiling. So to emphasize women empowerment. And to emphasize this diversity, leadership, various aspects, then I have written this book.
Thank you so much, Professor Rao. I'm very appreciative of your comprehensive outlook, looking at what is pervasive globally, inequity towards women, and yet women do vital things in order to keep the family going, educate their children. In some cases, such as in the poor countries, women would rather have their kids eat while they starve. As a result, they are indicating that they care more about others than themselves. And unfortunately, discrimination, subjugation, or what you characterize as the ceiling, glass ceiling, continue to prevent women from reaching their God's given potential. It certainly will take people like you to help bridge those gaps that exist among men and women. So I applaud you and I encourage you to continue what you're doing. I would like to ask you about the other book that just looking at the title, See the Light in You. What was the book about, and what propelled you to write the book?
Basically, I'm passionate about writing books. I wrote books in various areas, general like students, leadership, CEOs, gender, soft leadership, soft skills, like that. Various kinds of books I have written. So this book is the one because I keep writing different kinds of books. So I wrote this book titled "See the Light in You." This book is very close to my heart. Why? Because the Nobel laureate, His Holiness Dalai Lama, has written a foreword for this book. And yes, I requested His Holiness Dalai Lama to write a foreword. Then he has asked me to send me the entire manuscript. Then he read the manuscript, then appreciated. Then he has written a foreword for my book titled "See the Light in You." So this is the origin of this book, and this book I have dedicated to former Vice President of India, Venkaiah Naidu, because I admire him a lot. Why I had to write this book is that around I'm basically passionate about education and learning, and when I was teaching in educational institutions, so there were some rising suicides among students. So I felt very bad that touched my heart. So how to go about? Then that I got a trigger in my mind. Then I started writing about raising how to check the suicides. Then I also started writing about raising divorces. Then I started writing about mindfulness, wellness, then yoga, meditation. All these things I have covered. Then I have written this book. This is the origin of this book. So this book, what it says clearly is that people often think about their unpleasant past that will never come back. Research shows that people waste 30% of their precious time thinking about their unpleasant past that will never come back. And people often think about too much about the future, and that we can't predict. So we should learn to live in the present. Okay, and don't worry too much about the future. Don't think about the unpleasant past that will never come back. Learn to live in the present. So this is the essence of this book. So then I have covered all these things. Then the book has been published, and after COVID, things have changed. In fact, this book I have written some 5 years back. Then COVID came, and after COVID, the book has become more relevant because of the COVID and mental illness, raising mental illness, all those things. So more and more people are very keen to read this book titled "See the Light in You."
Okay, another question I have for you. You know, I have a friend who had been writing on neurodiversity. And I have to be frank with you. I just started reading up on neurodiversity. And the more I read, the more I get excited. Why were people not trained in this way? Why were people damaging lives that would otherwise not? By either if somebody has, one issue or the other, we generalize it as if one challenge defines the whole individual. So, having been challenged with some of those issues associated with neurodiversity, uh, how do you think that we should address neurodiversity so that people are not subjugated to terrible situations based on one single aspect of challenge they may have? Because we all have challenges. If you use one challenge to paint the whole picture of someone, that would seem to be unfair to me.
Okay, thank you for asking this question on neurodiversity. This is a very much relevant question, and we need to address this issue of this neurodiversity is related to again this mental illness, and people often some people commit suicides. So what we have to do is we have to very much positive, and we should not worry too much about unpleasant things, especially things related to this mental illness. So what you have to do is you have to be very much optimistic. You have to be very positive, and you should always you should unlock the power of subconscious mind so that you keep moving in a right way, so that you can make a difference and you can add value and make a difference in the lives of others. So what I would like to emphasize from this point is that you have to be very positive, very optimistic, and you have to look at the rising sun, not the setting the sun. And every dark cloud has a silver lining. So be positive about all those things. So these are the things I would like to talk related to this neurodiversity.
All right, I really appreciate your comment, and I think this is coming to the end of our discussion. I would like you to tell the public, tell the global community, what you want to tell them that they can take away as they move forward.
I would like to share with you a couple of things. Every book is unique. My book titled See the Light in You sends a very strong message that health first, education second, and wealth third. This is one message. This book, Strategies to Build Women Leaders Globally, says that a bird cannot fly with one wing. A bird can fly with two wings. That means both men and women have to work together to build a better world. So let us advocate gender equality. That is true. Third thing is eliminate ego, emphasize empathy, and express gratitude. Above all, emphasize humanity, because we are all one across the world. So we have to think about, irrespective of caste, community, creed, race, religion, We are all humans, so we have to emphasize humanity. So this is the message I would like to share with you. Above all, express my gratitude for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate this session with you. And I hope that you continue to recover. And because I think we need people like you, to be giving us this type of lessons and inspiration to build a better world.
Never give
So
up. Never give up. Everything is possible in this world. Life is great.
thank you so much. And that ends our discussion on this, Professor.